Have you ever met someone who refuses help even when they clearly need it? Someone who carries every burden alone, solves every problem alone, and never lets anyone get too close? At first, they look strong, almost unbreakable. People admire them. They say things like, "Wow, you're so independent," or "I wish I could be as strong as you." But what if I told you that extreme independence is often not strength, but a silent survival strategy? What if the people who seem the most self-sufficient are actually the ones who learned very early in life that relying on others is dangerous? In today's video, we're diving deep into the psychology of people who are hyper-independent, why they become this way, what they hide behind that strength, and the dark emotional patterns that most people never notice. And if you're new here and you enjoy deep insights into human psychology and behavior, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos like this. Hyper-independence is not the same thing as healthy independence. Healthy independence means you can stand on your own, but you still allow people to support you. Hyper-independence, on the other hand, is when someone feels uncomfortable, anxious, or even threatened by the idea of depending on anyone at all. Psychologists often connect this behavior to early emotional experiences. Many hyper-independent people didn't choose independence because they wanted freedom. They chose it because they had no other option. Somewhere in their past, they learned a painful lesson. The people who were supposed to protect them were unavailable, unreliable, or even harmful. For a child, the world is supposed to feel safe when adults are around. But when that safety disappears, the child's mind adapts. Instead of expecting support, they begin expecting disappointment. Instead of trusting others, they begin trusting only themselves. And slowly, a powerful belief forms in their mind. If I want something done right, I have to do it myself. Over time, this belief becomes a personality trait. By the time they grow up, they don't even realize how deeply this pattern controls their life. Hyper-independent people often appear calm, confident, and emotionally strong on the outside. They rarely complain. They rarely ask for help. They handle their problems quietly and efficiently. But internally, many of them are constantly under pressure. Imagine carrying every emotional weight alone, never sharing your struggles, never letting anyone see your vulnerable side. It can feel like living inside invisible armor that protects you from being hurt, but also prevents anyone from getting close. One of the most fascinating psychological aspects of hyper-independence is control. When someone has experienced chaos, betrayal, or neglect earlier in life, control becomes extremely important. Depending on others means giving up control, and that can feel terrifying. So hyper-independent individuals prefer to control every part of their environment, their decisions, their problems, their emotions, and sometimes even their relationships. They feel safer when they are the ones holding everything together. But this constant control comes with a hidden cost. Relationships can become very complicated for hyper-independent people. They may care deeply about others, but they struggle to show their need for connection. Asking for help feels uncomfortable. Sharing emotional pain feels risky. Even when someone genuinely wants to support them, they may push that person away without realizing it. Not because they don't care, but because their mind has been trained to survive alone. This is where dark psychology begins to appear. When someone suppresses vulnerability for too long, they start building emotional walls. Those walls protect them, but they also isolate them. Over time, hyper-independent people can begin to believe that emotional closeness always leads to disappointment. They may expect others to leave, betray them, or let them down eventually, so instead of risking that pain, they keep a safe distance. Interestingly, many hyper-independent individuals are actually very empathetic and supportive toward others. They are often the people everyone else relies on. They listen, they help, they solve problems for their friends and family. But when it comes to their own struggles, they stay silent. It's almost like they believe their role is to support others, not to be supported themselves. Psychologically, this creates an imbalance where they give a lot of emotional energy but rarely receive the same level of care. Another powerful psychological factor behind hyper-independence is fear of vulnerability. Vulnerability requires trust, and trust requires believing that someone will not hurt you when you open up. For someone who has been hurt before, that belief can be extremely difficult to develop again. So they protect themselves by staying emotionally self-sufficient. If they don't depend on anyone, then no one has the power to disappoint them. But the truth is, humans are not designed to live completely alone. Our brains are wired for connection. Emotional support, trust, and relationships are essential for psychological well-being. When someone becomes too independent, they may achieve success, stability, and control in many areas of life, but emotionally, they can still feel isolated. Sometimes the strongest people you see are actually the most exhausted because they are constantly carrying everything by themselves. The real transformation for hyper-independent individuals begins when they slowly learn that independence and connection can exist together. Strength does not mean refusing help. Strength can also mean allowing yourself to trust again, even after painful experiences. It means recognizing that relying on someone occasionally does not make you weak. It makes you human. Understanding. The psychology behind hyper-independence helps us see people differently. Instead of assuming someone is distant, cold, or overly proud, we may realize that their independence is actually a protective shield built from past experiences. Behind that strength might be someone who simply learned too early that they had to survive on their own. And if you see a little bit of yourself in this description, remember this. Being independent is powerful, but you don't have to carry the entire world alone. Sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is to slowly lower the walls they built for protection and allow the possibility of trust again. If this video helped you understand human psychology a little deeper, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join us for more videos exploring the hidden patterns of human behavior, emotional survival, and the darker sides of the human mind.